Hey everyone, Matthew Cooke here, founder and CEO of GTC Golf Academy, and I'm going to show you how to play a 90-yard wedge shot. Now, 90 yards, inside 100 yards is what a lot of people are struggling to improve at, and it's where a lot of people's games have a huge opportunity for improvement, especially those that are trying to break 80 or trying to get lower in the 70s. Typically, inside 100 yards is a range of shots that aren't full. They're not full swing shots. They typically are knockdown shots or three-quarter shots, and they're the difficult shots to be good at. It's a little bit easier to just make a full swing and know that full swing with 9 iron, 8 iron, 7 iron, so on and so forth, go X yards. Where when it comes to the wedge game inside 100 yards, typically it boils down to what length swing take the ball so far, and what club with what length swing is going to send the ball at what trajectory. And so that it takes time, it takes energy, it takes practice to figure that stuff out. So I'm just going to share with you a shot that I've got here. I've got a 90-yard shot. It's about 92, 93 to the actual flagstick, and I've got a wedge, and I know for me that I use the clock face, and when my left arm gets to about 10 o'clock, then that is my 94 yard shot with this particular wedge. And I know what rhythm, I know what tempo I feel when hitting this shot, so that is what I go ahead and try to get my club to do, 10 o'clock. And some principles regarding the setup. Oh, itchy nose here, sorry. Regarding the setup, ball position's pretty central, or it's actually slightly forward, which is where a lot of golfers are. And my stance width is about shoulder width or slightly smaller than shoulder width apart. I don't open my stance at all. I don't have my feet open, my left foot flat open. There's a lot of talk about this, and I think traditionally we've been taught to, with the wedges, the shorter the clubs, and with wedge game you get open and that's how you hit it. And I don't do that for this type of yardage. Maybe inside 50 yards I might get my left foot open a little bit, but even then there's very little adjusting of my angles, and from an alignment perspective I'm pretty neutral, pretty square on. Ball position forward, stance width about shoulder width apart. I grip the club a little bit further down. I get the handle of the shaft a little higher, not too much because it's not less than 50 yards. So the handle's a little higher. Now it's important that I position a little bit more weight on my left side, about 55%, because traditionally, and I guess historically for me, I had a tendency to hang back on this right side, and so many golfers have a similar issue. And they fail to cover the ball with their chest. They fail to get their chest, the torso, their sternum ahead of the ball, so that the handle's leading into the shot, and we've got enough shaft lean forwards to strike the ball to deliver the club at a good angle of attack, and to strike the ball, compress the ball well enough to send it on its way. So I position 55% of my weight on my left side, and I'm pretty conscious about that. Now, once I'm set up, it's all about getting to that 10 o'clock length and finishing. Here we go. So good setup, handles higher, weight, 10 o'clock. That felt how it looks. I'll have a look on camera, see how close to 10 o'clock I got. But that's inside 10 feet, and from 90 yards, inside 10 feet is world class. Now, I don't expect to do that on the golf course all the time, but right now that's inside 10 feet. It looks pretty close to about 10 feet. I'm going to say it's slightly inside 10 feet from this angle. It looks like that anyway. And I executed that shot very well. Very happy and pleased with that on the golf course. Don't expect to put shots from here inside 10 foot all the time. The best players in the world don't necessarily do that all the time. So that's how I hit a 90, 92 or 93 to be precise, yard pitch shot. I hope that helps.